Hey people, what's going on? Welcome to Real Tough Talk. Tough Talk.
How is that even possible?
Tough Talk.
Whoa!
Stephen J. partner goes,
Show some respect. You did not answer the question.
He's a bad man.
Bad man.
He's a bad. He finally said it.
The slipper's gone. The dress has holes in it. The cart turned into a pumpkin again. So what else you gonna do?
I guess this team couldn't cover a twin mattress with a king size sheet.
Lights out season.
Lights out for you. Let's get as quick into the game as possible because I am not staying in this wig longer than I have to.
I want to party. Play it out, bro. While you talking this guy. All right, guys, what is going on? What is going on? It's a blessing, and I'm humbled to be here with y'all today. I want to welcome y'all guys to Real Tough Talk. I'm Stephen J. I'm with my partner Ghost. I'm with my partner Lou the Shooter, and we're here to bring you the EHS Championship, Bama versus Carver Mobb.
Hold on, Jay. It's championship. There's no chip.
Yo, why does everybody say chip? Like,
I don't
chip.
know. That's crazy.
Even on TV, in professional, they say chip.
Yeah. Listen, it's an established thing already. You know how sometimes people say things so much that it becomes a regular thing? That's
Right.
pretty much one of these things. Like, it's mainstream at this point. Everybody calls it the chip. We already know what it is. So, listen, this was a huge day all around. It's a big game, championship game, A division for the summer. Obviously this is going to be the last Saturday football for a while, EHS, regular season football, I mean. So this was a big day. And also, you had the UFL draft being held right after that. So it was a huge day, a lot of good things going on. So it was a fun day all around.
Well, you could give us about the atmosphere, Lou.
Oh, it was great. It was a big game, of course, because it's a championship, and then the anticipation for the draft. You know what I'm saying? I was more excited about the draft than the championship.
Listen, one thing we can say, no one does it the way EHS does it. You got to give them that. One thing about Pam's, he could feel the seats, man. And I want to give a quick shout out to the wife. As y'all see, the new studio, she hooked me up. You see my numerous awards that I was given by shout to the UFL and for the awards I've been given. You see the Real Tough Talk symbol that my wife took care of. Yo, listen, the studio's looking pretty nice. New camera, definitely the pictures quality is a lot better. Now I'm keeping up with Lou and Ghost's camera. I'm looking pretty good right now, even if I do say so myself.
Of course he would say so. Hold up, you got to move because I only see two. I only see two awards.
Well, I have a third one, not to brag, another one here, but the shelf came down, so we're gonna fix the shelf for y'all can see it. But nah, man, it's always a pleasure. I appreciate the love that they gave me to have that stuff, man. It's appreciated doing this for about 12 years, Ghost. Yeah. And it's definitely an honor, and I'm humble when you can get stuff like that. I got a few, Ghost got a few, maybe Lou will get one this year, possibly if he step his game up. He got a lot of catching up to do to catch me and Ghost.
Listen, at the end of the day, listen. I like that you put up your awards. Your background's looking good, whatnot. It's looking clean. But I'm gonna tell you this: I don't need to put up my awards because I deserve an award every single time I come on the show with Jay. Because to carry the show the majority of the time and put it together, I deserve an award every single time I come on.
Every week.
Listen, I don't need to show nothing.
Let's move on from like Lou say, the horse manure. Let's talk about this game. Listen, Bama and Carver Mobb, both these teams know each other well. Danny versus Chuck, both of them quarterbacks got respect for each other, very much so. But this is the one. This one was a huge game. Bama didn't play well this whole playoff run, and they still are here. So you got to give them a props for they beat LES team, they beat a BK Nightmares team, who was BK Nightmares, who was in the championship last year. So one thing I can say about Bama, they find ways to win. You got to give them. They did not play great this playoff run, but they definitely found a way to be here. On the other way, Carver blew out IOD. Had a game where they had a big lead against the Super Friends, who came back in the game because Carver took their foot off the pedal. but they was able to put that game away. And now I believe this is Carver's third championship appearance. So fourth. I think this is their fourth championship appearance in EHS. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is.
I think it's three out of 4 out of the last.
Right. So we already know who won this game, so we're not going to act like we don't know. But at the end of the day, that is accomplishment in its own. So these teams are both familiar with each other. So the key is, what do you think as far as Bama, Lou, do they have to do in order? Like, what do you think they should have came into this game that they kind of didn't?
Play better defensively for sure, and pick it up on offense. Because the thing is that Danny's looked out of sync because he hasn't been playing football like that on a regular. So that's what kind of their game plan should be. You got to score every opportunity. You have to score.
Yeah.
Ghost, with Carver now trying to get another title, number 58, as we know they're going to do, what do you think was their mindset coming into this game?
To start off strong and put the game away early. They don't want, like you mentioned before, with the whole Super Friends thing coming back in the game when they put the took the foot off the pedal. They want to be consistent. They want to be strong throughout the game, and they want to put it away early before Bama gets their stride going. So I think that was the game plan all along. They kind of got that done pretty much throughout the game. And know that when you play against someone like Chuck is a person who takes advantage of a lot of teams' mistakes. So you saw that, y'all said that Bama they didn't play their best in the playoff run. And Chuck is looking to exploit those mistakes that they made in those other games that they kind of scraped by. Chuck is a person to take advantage of those mistakes. Ultimately, I think he kind of was able to get that done. But that was something that they were looking to do, and I think they kind of did that in the end.
All right, with that being said, we're going to jump right into the game with Bama getting the ball first, because I think Carver came in with the number 1 seed, so Bama's going to get the ball first. First down, Danny on 5 rush, rolls left, those are Wesley on the sideline, but Danny a flag is thrown on Danny for stepping over the line 5 yards and lost it down. And that is a big mistake. I think Danny did not know what he wanted to do, pass or run. And this is the thing with Carver defense. They have him thinking mid-play, like he doesn't know what he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like in baseball, you're supposed to know what you're going to do given the opportunity. You can't think of it once the ball is coming to you. And I think that was a huge mistake by Danny there. Second down, Danny with blocking from hold, throws deep to Cabby, open downfield. Ant jumps in, knocks the ball down. The pass incomplete, but Ant gets flagged for pass interference, and Bama gets the ball in the red zone. Lou, tell me what you think of this play.
Oh, definitely a flag. Because from where I was at, I couldn't see, that far down. And when I saw somebody's shot, it was clear. The crazy thing is, as players, how, especially in a championship game, you're trying to get any advantage that you can. And
right.
Arguing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was clear, man. He basically tried to box him out like it was a rebound.
If I'm Ant, I'm doing that every single time. This is Carver we're talking about. On an Ant to Cabby ratio, there is nothing that Ant could have done because of the time that he got there. Because, in all honesty, I'm gonna tell you this play. Cabby was wide open throughout the whole play. Danny took a long time to make this throw. Right. So luckily, he got bailed out on that flag by Ant, and I think Ant had no other choice but to make contact to prevent Cabby from catching that ball. So at the end of the day, if you're a defender and you have a mismatch like that, that's exactly the best thing you can do. So I am not killing him at all. That's what you're supposed to do in a play like that.
I know a lot. I was told that the Ant also pulled Cabby's arm as Cabby was trying to extend and make the catch. They said Ant kind of grabbed his arm. So we got to look closely here and see if you see it. At the end of the day, it was called illegal contact. The ball was traveling. So either way you want to, it was a flag. Great call there by Tiki. 3rd and goal, Danny finds Paco in front of the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0. Bama takes the lead right away off that flag, Ghost.
I'm not happy with this drive from Bama because if you look at that play, Carver was wide open to the point where the sideline is calling him out. And then by the time Danny sees him, that's when Ant is able to make a play on it. So that does not bode well that Danny is not able to see his receivers wide open right away. because that means that he's going to miss them again and again and again if he doesn't fix it. So at the end of the day, if I'm Carver, I'm not mad at that because they got bailed out and they got some free points. So if they're able to keep up with the defense and keep Danny from being able to spot his receivers, they're going to have an easier time on defense.
Carver gets the ball back. First down, Chuck throws deep to Tech with the step on can do, makes a catch for a big gain and the 5-yard line at the 5-yard line. This kid Tech came out of nowhere. He had to earn his way on the field. A lot of people knew his talent, but you know how Carver do. You have to wait until your number's called. And for Chuck to go right after them first loot, you gotta give the GOAT his props, because one thing he's gonna do, he's going to attack anybody on the field. He's gonna get anybody the ball that's open, and he makes a great play here on downfield.
Tech, you gotta remember, he showed up, I think it was a City Island tournament, and he was doing his thing. Look, you know the gumption that it takes to first play of the game, like they just scored on you and you came back and you throw a bomb first down. That demoralizes a defense. You know what I'm saying? You all lamp because you just scored and then boom, hit you and they end up on the 5.
Well, second and goal. Chuck finds Nas in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Sal gets the extra point. 7-6, Carver takes the lead. Ghost, what I think was crazy about that play and why is Carver has won numerous championships was you seen Bama go big play early and they got a flag. So they have the momentum. So what does Chuck do? He takes that right back from them by going downfield the same way. It's like when you shoot a 3, I'm going to shoot a 3. And now they both negate each other right there. So now Bama, who's running a 3-3 defense, which is something that I played when I was in junior high school. So I don't know if Bama thinks that they can get away with running a 3-3, making the deep safety vulnerable and making the middleman vulnerable, but Carver's going to make them pay. And they're able to go downfield, Nas on the next play, finding the end zone for the touchdown, and they take the lead right back.
And listen, Chuck is one that doesn't take it. He doesn't shy away from opportunities. He saw a gap in the defense, and he takes a shot. Like you said before with that 3-3 defense. There's a reason why it's not popular anymore, because it's easily exploitable. And if you see here, one person out of position, and the quarterback can easily exploit. That's exactly what happens here. And the thing about Tech is he's way too fast for you not to react in time, and they reacted late, and Tech was able to get that big pass to lead into the touchdown. So these big plays is something you cannot afford, and EHS, one down that you give up can equal a touchdown. So that was one that they slipped up on, and they gave up 6 points because of it.
Well, 7-6, Carver takes the lead. First down, Danny on 5-brush, scrambles, shakes Aaron, who misses the sack. Danny throws with Wesley in the gap, picked off by West, giving the ball back to Carver. If you look here, Wesley gets flagged for illegal contact on the offense. The penalty is declined. Carver gets the ball back. Aaron made Danny move in the pocket, and Danny saw something that was not there. If you look at West baiting him, and Danny trying to avoid it once again. We've seen Danny have an opportunity to run before and stepped across the line because he can't make a decision. Once again, Aaron got him moving in the pocket. Danny tries to make a play when he should take off with his feet. Throws on the other side, and it gets picked off. So then instead of Danny trying to take what the defense gives him, he's trying to make a play because he just seen Chuck go right back at him by shooting the 3 himself. And this was a huge mistake. Louis gets Carver the ball right back.
And you were right. That was a great defensive play by West, because he did bait him. He's like kind of playing the sideline. He has enough speed to get over there. Instead of, like you said, Danny should have just ran. He got at least 10 yards coming upfield. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing was that Aaron at first is complaining because he thought he tagged him.
He thought he tagged him.
You know what I'm saying? I'm now, forget, I ain't tag him. Take the interception. But you're right. The pressure definitely got to him. And again, like I said, I think it's the not playing enough. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you just got scored on. Now you're looking for that big play, and you give it up.
During the free play, Chuck with blocking by Wes and Timmy, throws deep to Nas, who has a step on Meach in the gap, caught in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Carver takes the lead. Penalty was on Roger. He leaves on 4. They decline the penalty. Mills gets an extra point. 14-6, Carver. Now this is a terrible defense they're in. I'm tired of people always saying Bama's defense, Bama's defense. This is horrible. I don't know what they're in. If you look at this, they're in a 3-3. So Chuck is going to send Sal in motion. You know why he's making them go in motion? To see if they're in a man. When no one moves with Sal, it lets Chuck know they're either going to sit in a zone or they're going to pick up. So if you look at the rotation, as they're moving around, Sal stays to the left. If you look here, Kendu's looking at the corner. You don't even see Sal. So if you look over the middle, Tech is going to fly to the right, opening up the field. Nas makes the move on Meach, going down towards the right side of the field on a one-on-one. Meach is beat again. Now, because of the movement, Jay Will is not in the play to help. So they look like they try to go man out of the 3-3. That's why it's a one-on-one. That is 6 points. Carver is chopping up this defense. I don't know what they're in, but you can't go 3-3. We played that in Sandlot. We played that in the street. You can't go that here because these guys run their routes to precision. And this is the issue. Once again, they give up another touchdown. Nas with his second touchdown of the day, Ghost.
My thing is when you are caught chasing your receiver and you take your eyes off him for a second, that's enough for them to break away. And it looks like that's exactly what happened with Meach. Because yes, they do go man. Meach is with, because he even puts his hand to feel where he's at when he was on the sideline. But as Nas cuts over, all he does is as he cuts across the field, then he cuts back into the end zone. By the time Meach notices, Nas is already open and the ball's already in the air. So you cannot take your eyes off of any receiver for a second. But Meach does that and he gets beat. And this is another play where the defense gets beat. This defense is not working.
But you know what's my issue? A 3-3 is when you figure your free safety can play the whole backfield by himself because the quarterback can't get the ball downfield. That's exactly what Chuck is doing. He just threw a bomb on first down. The last drive, he threw a bomb on first down. So you are calling a defense that he's going over the top on because you don't think he can go over the top. Stop getting caught on what all these people saying, Chuck arm, Chuck this, Chuck that. Because now you're getting burnt with it. Nas with his second touchdown of the day. Bama gets the ball back. Danny with 3 passes in the gap for a nice game, getting him to the 20-yard line. 4th down, Danny with blocking here, throws the cabbie open in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 14-12, they jump right back into the game. And this is what I tell you Carver does. They have the tendency to take their foot off of the pedal. They just got an interception, and then they let Danny throw 3 passes in the gap for a nice game. So this drive, Danny went 4 for 4. Carver has a habit of doing this. We've seen him do this against Super Friends. They took their foot off the pedal, and Danny's able to move the ball 4 passes in a row. They get right back into the game, Lou.
Well, and this is big. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're down, 2 points. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
they're letting them. They're letting them in, and it was. He had a little pressure. He stepped up in the gap, and the blocker is Bubs. There you go.
Okay.
Anyway, you see him step. You got the blockers. He stepped into the pocket and just found Cabby in the back. That was a great throw. And you had 3 defenders in the area.
Notice that this is the second drive that they left Cabby wide open downfield.
Yep.
And this is the second time that they lost and they got their eye off of Cabby. That's the worst person that you can take your eye off of. He's supposed to be watched by 2-3 guys at best. At least he should be watched. And they're taking their eye off him. This time Danny finds him. And he had that extra time in the pocket, and because of that, he's able to make the decision quicker, and he's able to get the score to keep them in the game here.
14-12, Bama climbs right back into the game. First down, Chuck throws to Henry on the sideline, who runs for a decent gain. Second down, Chuck throws the side open in the gap for a nice gain. If you look here, both safeties, it's playing far back. Because you know why? Chuck was able to go on top, over the top. So when you fall back deep, Lou, You open it up for Sal, who's not the fastest receiver, but he's a good route runner, and he's getting open, and that's a big play, Chuck, to find him there.
Go ahead, Lou.
Said Sal isn't the fastest guy, but his route running is exceptional. Not good, because that dude is like, I don't know if it's white privilege that he gets open. I don't understand, but dude has been doing it forever.
I don't know if it's white privilege. And it's definitely what Lou said. The main thing is the safeties are playing back because they're worried about Chuck throwing over the top because he's been doing it all day. So now that's going to open up for Sal going in the middle of the field. Third down, Chuck pumps and throws it west on the sideline. The pass is short, almost picked off Carver after punt. That is a good defensive stand, Ghost. They're finally able to catch Chuck on a mistake. He tries to pump on the sideline and the pass is thrown short. Remember, you're already kind of, you know, you use a turbo boost a lot, and then when you try it again now, you don't got no more boost. He uses turbo boost earlier in the first 2 drives. So now you know the arm is slowing down, and he must have to get a power pellet or something to build up that stamina to be able to make the throw. Because that one was underthrown, and they're going to have to punt. Big stop there by Bama.
Listen, I'm playing college right now, and the college football right now, and the equivalent to that is he didn't fill up the meter properly, so that the ball wasn't accurate. It came down, and I believe that's Jinx that almost made the pick.
Right.
Lou? Yeah. He almost makes a pick there. Now, granted, I would say, like some would say, yo, he got to catch that pick, but listen, they made the stop. It is what it is. You take it, you get it, and because of that, they're able to get the offense back on the field. They kind of got away with one because Chuck definitely had a target there, but he ain't gonna make them all. You just got to take advantage of. They just had to take advantage of this point.
Look, here's the thing. Like Jay was saying, the thing is, Chuck is good for 2 bombs a game. He already reached his limit at the half. And the thing is, let's not forget, we got soon-to-be 62-year-old Wes on a
Jesus.
Killed Jinx.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Remember, Chuck is throwing balls over the top. There's one, he just didn't have enough.
Right. I told you, that's when that stamina goes down. You gotta remember in wrestling the game, you gotta do the taunts and all that to get your stamina up. Chuck gotta start taunting, you know what I mean, and doing something to get that stamina up, because that one was not a good throw there. Bama gets the ball back. Danny throws deep to Paco as a step on Henry downfield, just out of reach, incomplete. That's the play you gotta make. They're attacking Henry. Henry is Carver's best defensive player, but he's not 100%. We all know he's not 100% yet. And to attack him is big, but you got to capitalize on this play, especially when you just stop Carver, but they miss on that. Second down, Danny throws to J. Will in the middle. High, tipped by J. Will, incomplete. If you look here, Paco is open on the sideline. Third down, Danny's going to take a shot down to the right side of the field. If you look here, Benny's there, and you're going to see, that looks like who's that? West coming from over the top. Yeah. And it looks like Jinx just misses the catch. I think he picked the wrong shoulder. He missed this one. Bama at the punt. Lou, tell me what you think of these missed opportunities on all 3 passes.
Well, I'm gonna go to the Paco one, where Ghost said that he looked like he slowed down. He had Henry beat. You know what I'm saying? On that play, he had him beat. That would have been
extra step. That's a touchdown.
That's a touchdown. Yeah. Yes. Then on the Jinx one, Danny threw it sideline, but I don't know if Jinx knew that's where the play was going, but he was able to make the adjustment and just missed the daggone of the ball. And I'm looking now. He was still in bounds.
Okay.
But you see, from your angle, Ghost, since you're in the back of the end, behind the quarterback, you can't. But that would have been a big play. We're talking about 14-12.
But my thing is, y'all not looking so hot throughout the game, and y'all taking shots downfield. Listen, you're taking risks.
But here's the thing with those 2 throws, nobody could get to it.
Let me tell ya, the first play he throws to Paco, you know why it was a hard catch? Because Henry's behind him. If Paco makes his catch, Henry's gonna hit him, and he's gonna fly into that gate. So you can't tell me that he's not thinking of that when you're putting your hands up and Henry's behind you. Remember, even if you catch it a step late, Henry's gonna take a shot. So if you're behind him, you got to know, listen, I got to make this catch. And he made a business decision, and it kind of messed him up on that one. The next one, the pass to Jay Will is high. Danny missed this is a little high.
A little high.
And on the next one, it's a miscommunication on the throw. At the end of the day, you just caused Carver to punt, and then you go 0 for 3 on your next drive, and you have to give the ball right back. That is not championship football.
Listen, and I'm gonna just say it because I'm trying to get through the half, but you just chopped up the field for 4 plays.
4 for 4, yeah, on your last drive.
You take 2 out of 3 shots in one drive and not make none of them. Like, come on. This is a completely different drive. You did not need to go away from what was working in that last drive. They did that, and they came up empty.
Well,
how much time was left in there?
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Carver gets the ball back. 20 seconds left. Second down, Chuck throws in Mills on the side who cuts inside for a decent game. Mills was kind of a late add-on into the game as far as the offensive attack, and he's been making plays these last few games. Once again, these guys find different people on the team who steps up and make plays. Third down, Chuck throws to West in the gap. Short game, 5 seconds left. Last play to have Chuck with blocker from Aaron and Timmy is still sacked here by Macho. If you look here, Macho cuts around, getting by the block, and makes the big sack. That is a huge momentum swing going into the half. You cannot have Aaron and Timmy, and they still get beat. And that's exactly what happened. Remember, Mach is a former UFL MVP.
Yes.
This guy can make some plays given the opportunity, and he makes a great play here. He's also a former defensive player of the year. So this guy's capable of making plays, and that is a huge momentum swing for him to get that sack. They stopped Carver on Carver's last 2 possessions, taking us into the half, 14-12.
And my thing is that play, what happened is, you see Timmy and Aaron, one on each side. They're looking to block one guy on each side. So what Mach does is he wraps around so that the blockers run into each other. He's able to have a free release around the other guy rushing, and he gets a free release to sack Chuck. This was an ingenious play, something that they didn't even pick up, and by the time they noticed, he was already there making a sack. That is a beautiful way to end the half because y'all reeling. They were reeling in the half, and all it took was Chuck to make a play here and make a score to throw them whole momentum off. So this is them keeping themselves in the game into the half. Things are not looking so hot, but their defense was able to make a few plays in these last drives to keep them competing in this game. So that's something that you can look towards going into the half and beyond. Their offense, had a good drive. They kind of dropped it in the last one, but they need to pick up on what worked and stick with it. I think they could have had a good half if they did that.
Well, if I'm Bama, I'm happy going into the half for the most part. For you gave up. It was bombs over Baghdad, the first Carver drive. You know what I'm saying? And you still in the game. Your defense isn't playing horribly, but they're not playing good neither. So now, you got a little momentum. Like you said, they stopped them on 2 straight drives.
Yeah.
Now I'm going in with confidence into the half.
Well, listen, my thing at the end of the day, a lot of people will say, well, Bama didn't play well. Listen, they went 2 for 4. You know what Carver did? They went 2 for 4. Mm-hmm. So if I'm Bama, I'm okay. I'm not worried about it. I'm chasing 14-12. But we know that Danny, who had just went 4 for 4, we have to decide which Danny's going to be here. The one that went 4 for 4 and scored a touchdown, or the one that went 0 for 3 and had to punt on the next drive. So that's the case. Danny got to decide, is he Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde? He scores on the first drive, throws an interception on first down the second drive, goes 4 for 4 in the third drive for a touchdown, and then goes 0 for 3 in the fourth drive. You can't be Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. You have to pick. And on the other side, Carver's going home run bombs over Baghdad. And now you see on the third drive, that arm started saying, okay, guy, I'm a little bit old, so give me a little bit of time to recharge. And Bama capitalized on that. Macho makes a huge stack on the next drive. So Bama is in this game. Carver, again, has a habit of taking their foot off of the pedal. And that's why this game is 14-12. We're going to jump into the second half. Second half, Carver gets the ball. First down, Chuck goes deep to Tech, cutting from the gap. Wide open in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Sal gets the extra point. 21-12, Carver. If you look here, Chuck attacks Kendu playing on the sideline. Both safeties are playing short. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? This man is going home runs on first down. He's did it 3 times. He's throwing home runs on first down. I don't know what defense it is they're in, but this defense cannot guard a parked car because they're allowing Chuck to go downfield. This isn't Ramsey. This isn't Alex. Chuck is known for throwing 1 touchdown downfield and then taking some off. All he's doing is going over the top. Ghost?
But I'm going to tell you this. The thing about it is, and this is why I said communication is key. It looks here, you see Jay Will in the middle. They're playing the 3-3 again. Remember we spoke about that in the first half. They're playing the 3-3 again. But the problem here is, on certain points of the play, some guys are going man and locking up, and there's some that's pointing guys out thinking they're still in the zone. If you look here, you see Kendu point out that Tech is going downfield. But there's nobody there because Jay Will already sees Sal and he steps up. So he's already playing the shorter part of the field by locking up on Sal right there. So there's no help over the top for Kendu. By the time he points him out, Tech is already running right into the end zone and the ball is sailing right to him. So this is just bad communication. I don't know what type of defense they're playing, but it seems like everybody's playing their own defense, and because of that, they are getting exploited. And Chuck, you said that he wasn't able to reach him, whatever. He didn't have the arm. His arm is recharged here.
He charged it up at halftime. And you're looking for the name of this defense, coach? I found one. Bad. That's the name, bad. That's what they call this coverage. Cover bad. That's the name of this coverage. Because Chuck is not only going downfield, he's going downfield on first down.
Well,
Yo, have you ever seen this before with Chuck?
listen.
The man is 60.
Yeah, well, I'll say this. This is what I'm going to say. I think maybe at halftime, Pamsy catched A-Rod's cousin, and he got the dose for the little steroid shot for Chuck. And here's the thing, though. Like you said, Jay Will, how's your safeties playing 5 yards from your middle guys?
Yeah.
You see Jinx is playing like behind the second baseman. That's why he got beat.
Yeah, because there was no help.
There was no help. But the thing is, you ain't see him go past you. Were you looking at the court? Well,
But
Listen,
yeah.
if Kendu cannot move, Rel is on the sideline. Now Rel is old. If Kendu is hurt, I need a leader, whoever that person is, call out ABP on the leader to make adjustments. And that means, listen, we're gonna go 4-2. We're gonna stop allowing Chuck to go downfield on us anytime, even if we gotta go 2-4. We gotta change it because we're going 3-3. We haven't played that since Sandlot. Sandlot, bro. Like, what are we doing? We're grown men. What are we calling? And it's ridiculous, and it's an embarrassment.
You know
and
what?
Chuck scores again.
You know what, Jay? It looks again where you have a defensive player looking at the quarterback. Jinx is looking this way. He's looking straight at the quarterback, and Tech is just tiptoeing through the tulips.
21-12, Carver takes the lead. Danny with 2 passes on the sideline for a decent game. Third down, Danny with blocking by Hove, runs short. But if you look here, once again, Paco's open on the sideline. This time, Danny runs. The last time when he should have ran, he threw. The time when he should throw, he runs. What? Fourth down, Danny throws the route on the sideline, knocked away by Timmy, turnover on down. Now, you know what's my beef? Bama had an opportunity, give the ball up. They seemed like they didn't know what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
They wasted 10 seconds on their play clock to call this? Like, what are we doing? Like, you know what they need? You remember in Little Giants when they ran into John Madden on the bus and he kind of helped them run plays, they need to go dig Madden up and see if he got some plays for them in the coffin. Because Bama has no idea what they're doing. They can't guard anybody. They can't score points. Cabby should have at least 15 possessions. And they don't know what they're doing. Paco's standing there for his help, clapping. I don't know what this team is doing, but they don't look like a team that deserves to be here. They're too talented to look like they have none. And they end up getting stopped again, giving Carver the ball right back.
Hold on, Stephen J. Did you just say go into the Madden coffin?
Listen, he probably got some playbook plays he took with him because they need to call something because this is not working.
Oh my goodness gracious. We're going to get...
Yo, Lou, you see your problem with Stephen J? He keeps doing it. He keeps doing it. Listen, at this point, my thing is, listen, they showed some signs of indecisiveness here. And the funny thing is, you had a sideline, and this is why I say their priorities are all over the place. Because if you look at this play here, you see Timmy bobble the ball and then knock it down. Mm-hmm. You have the sideline arguing, oh, he caught a pick and he spiked the ball. So they're arguing that he caught a pick and he's all the way back there. No, argue with your own team that they weren't able to put up points. That's the problem. Don't worry about that. So their priorities are all over the place. That's a show where you're not necessarily putting your best foot forward, when you're worried more about that than the fact that your quarterback and your offense wasn't able to get into the end zone. Focus on that, and the fact that they couldn't even decide on what to focus on, that's why they're struggling right now.
They need a leader. Maybe they should call Trump. I think Biden will do a better job right now, even when he killed that debate. Because right now, they don't know what they're doing. And for them to be this talented and making the same mistakes is ridiculous and frustrating for me. They're too good to look this bad. They make looking bad look good. You know, you get what I'm saying? They're making bad look good. Like they're good at looking bad right now. So for Halloween, they should just be bad. Just dress in a bad outfit because you're playing bad right now. Somebody call me when the real Bama decides to show up. I need the real Bama. I'm going to leave. I'm going to grab a snack. I'm going to do something. Y'all guys take it over. And y'all call me when the real Bama comes. Because I'm getting frustrated. Go ahead, Ghost. My fault. I just hate for a team to be so talented and play like they have no sense at all on what structure they should do. Go ahead, Ghost. My bad.
Listen, we already broke down the this drive that was.
Yeah, let's just go in there because I'm mad. Let's just go. Chuck gets the ball. Chuck on first down, throws a nines on the sideline. Who shakes Meach, runs for a nice gain, but Silas flagged for the holding. 10 yards from the spot, second down. You know what's crazy about this? Chuck been going over the top on first down. So now he makes a dump off the nines, and now it's making people miss. If it wasn't for a hole by Sal, that's more yards. Now they're all over the place. Next down, Chuck with blocking from Timmy. Throws to Henry open on the sideline, getting him to the 11-yard line. If you look here, March lets Henry go at the last second. Wow, we have a Henry sighting. Why? Because he don't got to do much. Henry's their best player. West is their next best player. And we barely talked about them. Now, remember West had an interception in the first half. We barely talked about Henry. And one thing a lot of people say Henry's selfish. No, he's not. As long as they're winning and they're making plays, he'll be a decoy all day. And right here, he makes a big play here as March decides to let him go. We just gave March credit for making a sack. Now he makes bad coverage on here. Fourth down, Chuck on 5 rush, throws a tech wide open in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Hove lets him go to rush in. No one picks him up. Sal gets a 2-point conversion, 29-12. Listen, if you're going to do bad, do it the right way. So they send one, not knowing, listen, wherever we send one, that's where Chuck is going to go. But I guess they figure we're going to show leagues how to play bad. So we're going to do it, turn it up a notch. And they give a free touchdown in the end zone. Another touchdown for Tech, his second touchdown of the day, Luke.
Now, here's the thing. On this play, Tech was wide open. You had Meach on the corner, and you had Mach in the middle. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Is the kid disappearing when he comes off the line and just popping up in the end zone? Like it makes no sense. But they, like you said, they've been playing bad defense, so I guess they want to finish off the game with the bad defense.
Listen, and my thing is, before you go ahead, and the rush didn't help. Hove leaving the rush in did not help. They need secondary. They don't need guys putting pressure. Tuck has been they haven't been able to pressure Chuck all game. So focus on your safety, your secondary, and lock up these receivers. Because you take away one defender, that leaves the last two to not guard Tech and leave him wide open. Nobody adjusted to him. So because of that, you're leaving the guy open, and you just gave him 3 points there.
But you know what frustrates me? And I'm calmed down now. I'm good now. If you're going to send help, then leave them at the line from the beginning. Leave them at the line from the beginning. Let them know you're going to send them. By you sending a delay rush, Chuck is going to go right to where you left. And Hove goes, and no one says anything. They're like, to heck with it. I mean, we're trying to audition for Superbad. Or like, they're trying to, listen, you can't be playing like this on purpose, man. You can't play this defense on purpose. Like, are you, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Was this episode sponsored by Hennessy there, Stephen J?
Yo, it has to be something. It looked like they were just ready to go home, because there is no way you can play this bad on purpose.
Well, you know what, Jay? On this play, that I would think, obviously, that he let them know that he was going.
Yeah.
It don't look like it.
I'm just saying.
Maybe they didn't get the memo. Show me the email. Let me see the email.
They didn't get the memo because it makes no sense. Like you know he's going, and you don't see the offensive.
Lou, have Bama made sense all day?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And this is 4th down. This is a big stop. You got him on 4th down. Like, what are we doing, man? It's just frustrating because how they're giving up the touchdowns. All right, Bama gets the ball back. Danny with 2 passes in the gap. 3rd down on 5 rush. Danny throws a Wesley cutting in the middle, caught in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Cabby gets a 2-point conversion, but right now it's 29-20, and Carver's getting the ball back. A little bit too late, but this is what they should have been doing all day. And I told you, at times, Carver's known to take their foot off the pedal and to give up a touchdown here, Ghost.
Listen, I don't want to stick too much on this because, like I said, it looked like Carver kind of stepped down on this drive. And Danny did what he did in the last time he was able to score, chop up the field, go to the gaps. That's exactly what he does here, and he's able to get a touchdown score in 3 plays. So this is even a better drive than in the last time when he took 4 plays to get into the end zone. And I think that because they went downfield in that last drive and a half, it kind of threw off their momentum. Because when Danny's looking for the gaps, he's able to get to the end zone. But this is too little too late. And I think that their defense was playing too bad at this point, where now the offense has to play catch up. And this is not something, you don't want to play an uphill battle all game. Right. Because it's exhausting. But that's exactly what they put in front of themselves, and that's why we're getting the result that we got here.
Well, Carver gets the ball back. They're going to run the clock out, and they're going to come away with the win and the 2024 EHS Championship, 29-20. 29-20.
Listen, I got to say this real quick. You know, we talked about, Danny, because I'm not going to say he played a completely horrible game. I'm not going to say that. But it seems like you said, it was a Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing or whatever. It was, we get some good here, we get some bad here. We get some quick decisions here, we get some indecisiveness here. You can't have that type of inconsistency when you're playing a team like Carver. And I heard y'all guys say, I heard Jay say, Danny didn't play for a while, that he's been, off the field, But my thing is, dude, both guys, was this a tournament? Was this a tournament?
No, this is a season.
So you had a whole season to get your mind right. You had a whole season to get your timing right. So I don't want to hear, like you mentioned earlier, oh, he hasn't been on the field for a while, whatever. You played a whole season. You don't wait until you get into a championship or in the playoffs, because y'all said they didn't play perfect in the playoffs. So it looked like the same problems that they had in the playoffs caught up to them in the championship. So at the end of the day, you can't say that it's a good thing. Oh, we made it to the championship, because all of the problems culminated into what happened in this game. Everything that was going wrong in the playoffs that they got away with in those other games caught up to them in this game. And that's the worst way to lose, when the same problem that you had before this game you don't fix, because that's exactly how you lose. And I think that's exactly what happened in this game, unfortunately. You know, like I said, they had flashes of good play. They had some good defensive drives, and then they dropped the ball here. They kind of played flat. So this is why I say that because they didn't fix their mistakes during the playoffs, this is what culminated.
Well, you know, I was saying that I didn't think Danny could have 3 bad games in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And we saw the success that he had when he chopped up the field. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, Jay, maybe they need a coach. You know, you got the leaders on the field, but you might need that third party from the sideline to see what's going on, because it makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? You had 2 successful drives with you chopping up the field, then you want to go.
I know. That's why I felt
trying to be bombs over Baghdad. But obviously it didn't work.
Let me break this down for you on my frustration. First, I'm going to talk with Bama. As you can see right here, Tech has been given the championship MVP. Great game. I'm going to talk with Bama. Then I'm going to tell you what Carver just did. My problem with Bama is Bama shouldn't have been here in the first place. Bama lost to LES. Bama beat LES in a game that they should have lost. JJ had the ball up 2 with a minute and change left and threw an interception that J. Will ran back. That was a mistake. Then they went against the BK Nightmares team where Jimmy Arm just let it go. He couldn't throw anymore. They had no pass rush, as both BK Nightmares pass rushes wasn't there. Not making excuses, you win those games. But you're facing a team that's a championship breed. That's a strategy team that has film because of Skip. So you got to know we cannot afford to come out flat. We cannot afford to allow this team to get momentum. See, you got certain quarterbacks that need momentum, like Adi. Adi needs momentum in order to win the game. Chuck doesn't. Chuck can play bad 3 drives and then put you away the next one. My problem with this Bama offense is this is Danny's possessions. Touchdown, interception. 4 for 4 touchdown. 0 for 3 bombs. Stop. Touchdown. 3 for 3. Too much Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Danny got to figure out who he's going to be. You cannot take this game to decide that you're going to play on both sides of the fence. You can't. Not against this team. And that's exactly what Danny and his offense did. That's my issue. When Danny's able to score on 2 drives and go 3 for 3 on one and 4 for 4 on another, and then throw 3 bombs and then throw an interception on first down, that's 2 different people. So I don't know which one was coming to the field. He's too talented to not know who he is. And that's when you need your leader to grab your quarterback and say, let me explain something to you. You're as good as the guy on the other sideline. And it didn't look like Danny looked like that. And that's the issue. But now when your defense is giving up the plays that they're giving up, Danny feels like he has to do it all on his own. And that's when you make the mistakes. Carver was able to go. Listen what Carver did. First drive, bomb. Then they scored a touchdown. Next drive, bomb to Nas on a touchdown. Now the next one, Sal made a great play, but Bama was able to make a stop. Then they sacked Chuck going into the half. So Chuck scored in his first 2 possessions, and then Bama was able to stop him on his last 2. Coming out the second half, Chuck throws a bomb on first down. Chuck attacked them out of his 6 possessions. He threw a bomb on 3 of the 6 possessions, at least once. So he attacked them over the top. Why? Because Bama thought they had him figured out. So he came with another one because this team decided to go 3-3. I don't know who told them that that's a good defense, but maybe they don't realize that no one in football plays it. This is when you're trying to outsmart yourself. You're trying to be smarter than you need to be. And they got burned on this, and it hurt them. And again, like I always said, my 1 year coaching, I'm never going to allow something in a win that I wouldn't in the loss. And Bama came out flat all this whole playoff drive. And they got burned in the championship game because they played a team that was not going to give them an opportunity to capitalize on mistakes. They were going to get the momentum. Now, one thing if I'm Pams and I'm Chuck, I'm concerned about is Carver attempts to take their foot off the pedal, and they did it this game too. Just like they did it against Super Friends. They can't do that because you'll lose games like that. But I'm very disappointed in how Bama played. The proof is in the pudding. Yeah, was I a little creative? Yes, because I'm passionate and I love this Bama team. You know what I mean? They are always known as a defensive team. And you know me, Ghost, I was a defensive coach. Yeah. But this wasn't defense. This team couldn't stop a nosebleed. You know what I mean? They couldn't cover. The way they covered, like I said on the video before, they couldn't cover a mattress, a queen mattress with a... Oh my goodness, I can't even say it because it was so bad, bro. I don't even want to make jokes because it was that bad. We're going to go on the other side with Carver. What Carver did was, it's not that they won their 58th chip. We know that. It's the fact that how they're winning, who they're winning with. You know who was Carver's last 3 MVPs of the chip games? You ready? Ant, Rob, Tech. That's the MVPs. It's not Henry. It's not Chuck. It's not Wes. It's not their stars. It's the guys that come to the team to play a position. After Carver won the title, we thought that they was going with the new Young Avengers with Reem and Lil and Rob, you know, those guys, those BK Nightmare guys. And we thought that was the next generation of Carver going. What happens? They leave. What Carver does? They win another title without them. Then they lose last year, and then they come back and win another title. Now, Mace and HO put up something good. We have to stop allowing this team to win titles. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're allowing this team to put their position and spread the finish line further and further away from you. And it's because these mistakes that these teams are making. Carver looks like the Bulls in the 90s that was just finding ways to win the game and just went on the field and said, I'm better than you. And Chuck is looking like Jordan because he's beating you, but then he's stepping his role players up into position to make plays. That's what he's doing. So that's the issue that I have with this team. You need to focus on your craft. You need to focus on the game and say, I'm not going to let this team beat me. It's not about out yelling them. It's not about out talking them. It's not about getting into a screaming battle with pants. It's about saying strategically, I'm going to outthink this team. Because when we try to go a 3-3 because we don't think they could go over the top, they went over the top. So what they're doing, love them, hate them, but the way they're winning is they're doing it all different aspects. Now, don't get me wrong. You still got a lot of talent. Let's not forget Wyman won 3 in a row. Let's not forget the underrated one just came off of a title. Let's not act like Super Friends didn't win City Island and EHS with 3 different quarterbacks. So let's not forget, like Bama is always competitive and they win. But collectively, these teams got to stop letting Carver be a #1 seed, get to the Final Four, and win chips. Because they're doing it, and they're doing it the right way. They're strategically beating these teams, and the teams are putting themselves in the O.
Now, granted,
I dropped my mic.
But granted, my thing is, what can you do when Carver finds ways to make the best decisions to make their team better? What can you do? I would say, one, because of Carver's name, it already attracts talent. It already attracts talent. So you're already going to have guys going to want to jump and play on your team. Then you have strategy. You know exactly where to put them, exactly where you need them. You see Mills came in, he made some plays. Pams, you see here, telling him, welcome to the winner's circle. I was there and I heard him say that. Because Mills has been playing on this field, you know, a guy coming up for years. And now he's getting his flowers from his Carver team. Then you have Tech coming out of nowhere, dominating. Guys could not guard him. You know, he was getting lost by the defense. And he ends up winning an MVP. You know, like you said before with the BK Nightmares guys and whatnot, they came and they made this team, put them on a different level. These guys are doing the same thing, and you have the same quarterback who's been doing it for years, where people doubt him and say, oh, he can't do it no more, and this is number 58.
Yep.
It's number 58. And obviously, you know, I'm gonna bring it up here. 58, they kind of dedicated this chip to
for Skip's number, yep.
You know, because that's his number, you know. So, you know, a guy that they should be on, you know, that they honored, you know, that TFL should honor, because you know
the film guy. Like he started all this
a long time. So you gotta give him his flowers, you know. But he's Carver first. So you know that they're gonna honor him. You know, so at the end of the day, I'm not taking nothing away from this Carver team. They find ways to win. In spite of what everybody else does, they earn their wins. And I'm not going to ever tell them that they don't. So it's up to these teams to step up and make the right decisions for you to prevent them from winning these chips. Because until you do that, they're going to keep stacking and stacking and stacking. And all you're going to do is watch them do it.
Go ahead, Lou.
I'm going to say this. Look, you know, it's crazy that you know that I saw that post. Here's the thing, that when they had the Ream and them, they lost that season.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I guess Ream and them said, well, let me go try over here. And what did Carver do? They ended up with old school Carver dudes and ended up winning a championship.
Right.
I don't know. I think people gonna have to wait till Chuck retires.
And let's not forget that they won the City Island tournament.
Right, and then you also with an old man who threw what 6 games in 2 days. Now the thing is, you got to remember, you also got to give props to Pams. A lot of dudes don't think that he really coaches, but the connection that those two have, you know what I'm saying, and the older dudes, but there ain't that many older dudes left on Carver, but you know that unit in and of itself, you know what I'm saying, is they're gonna keep winning,
and there's no egos.
Listen, Jay, me and you were there. They won the 45 and over tournament.
Hey, stop that. Hey, listen.
I gotta throw it in there. I was there. I was recording the games.
They beat my team. Hey, watch that.
Hold on, is that Stephen J talking?
No, that was Jay, the coach. He don't want to come on camera.
So they didn't beat them. They destroyed them. That's the coaching capability. Because remember, Jay, the nice guy Jay, talks about, you know, how he bumped off IOD, but he never mentions how they got slain in the next round. So take that back to Stephen J. I mean, to Jay, Stephen J. But now, seriously, they're a great franchise. You know what I'm saying? Look, Bama, like you said, Bama shouldn't have been there, but you know what that tells you? That tells you something about the teams that they played, that they let them game. Yeah. Especially with the Raiders. The Raiders were super duper happy going into the half.
Yep.
Should have.
At the end of the day, it's all non and void because Carver wins another title.
Yep.
So until these teams learn to we got to be strategic. We have to know our craft. We have to know how and when to play certain positions on the team. It's a chess match. We got to show Chuck something different. We got to know when we're going to go on something. We got to know why we're going to go on something. Until these teams figure out how to do that, this is what's going to happen. Well, and again, it's not only Chuck. Again, we saw Danny make several mistakes that we didn't know which Danny we were getting. But so it's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
You did say that they tried something different with the 3-3, and look what happened.
Burn that defense. Don't ever play that again. Throw it out the window. Put it in the black box and throw it in the river. because that was the worst defense I've seen.
Yeah.
And it made no sense. But listen, congratulations to Carver. They won their 58th chip. Congratulations to EHS because it was still a great season. Bama made it here. They shouldn't have been here, but they got here. Meaning they shouldn't have been here, but they got here, meaning they should have been here. Because they beat the teams that allowed them to stay in the game to win. But they didn't capitalize it because they got nothing to show for it. This team does not play for second place. So you got to say it was a wash. And they got to figure out. And Danny cannot just pick it up and put it down. You got to be either all in or all out. Because he looked rusty. He did.
Yeah.
He still got the capability of making plays. But you got to be all in or all out. That's the bottom line. I respect those guys. Danny's my guy. We talk all the time. But the mistakes that we made, I just showed you on film.
Before you go on, I just got to say, I don't like calling him rusty. I don't. Because there's no excuse when you play a full season. Yes, in the championship, he didn't look to his best. But that's because he didn't play his best. It's not about rust. You're rusty when you haven't played in weeks or when you haven't played in months or whatnot, and you just come in, plug and play, and you do terrible. No, he played a full season. So that rust is not the issue. He just came into the playoffs, and he didn't perform the way he was supposed to. That's all it is.
But we're not going to put it all on him because no matter what. No, I want to just make sure I throw this in. No matter what, first half, he was 2 for 4. Yes. Just like Carver was. And second half, he went 1 for 2. This defense let them down. This defense was very bad. And for them to allow Chuck to do something that he doesn't do and constantly not only go downfield, but go downfield on first down, shows that he showed a weakness in the armor. Pam strategized and knew where to go and attack this team. They had strategized already before the game. They knew what they was going to come in this game and do, and they capitalized on Bama's mistakes, and they did exactly what the game plan was.
And listen, we're going to end it here, but I just got to say one more thing. You see Tech won the championship MVP. All that happened is Bama just said, here, you won a championship? Here you go. Because both times they left them wide open.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he killed them, because I'm sure he could, but they just left him wide open. That was just freebies for him. Both plays.
And then if he wouldn't have got it, Nas would have got it because Nas had 2 touchdowns. And he's supposed to be Mr. Old, Captain Old, Nas.
So, listen, there you go right there. They gave away this game pretty much.
All right, we're going to wrap this one up. Carver comes away with their 58th chip, man. So we're going to wrap this up. Appreciate you guys. Y'all see us next time. We'll go over the draft. We just wanted to give EHS their love. Appreciate y'all guys for allowing us to cover the game. Hopefully I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. We tried to do our best. Shout to my new studio. Shout to the wife of my new studio. Looking nice. I'm up there with Lou and Ghost now.
My game now.
All right.
With the big sign.
On behalf of Real Tough Talk, Stephen J, my partner Ghost, my other partner Lou the Shooter. We're going to thank y'all guys for being here. Like I always tell you every week, man. Put God first and everything else will fall into place, man. Much love. We appreciate y'all. Wait a minute. Let me get something real quick.
Oh boy.
Hold on.
Cut the feed.
No.
Hurry.
No.
Scared.
Hold on. You know, I messed up because I was supposed to put this in the beginning and I didn't. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm gonna play this real quick for you guys because it's gonna be my song when I come in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Everybody.
Okay, I can't hear that, but I'm gonna play it in the background.
Oh, Scotia, play it for me.
Play it in the background.
Much love, y'all. We out of here. Appreciate y'all.